What's good, Tech fans, man? Hate to be a bearer of bad news, but we got some more big-time portal news, man. I think James Franklin, the head coach of Penn State, brought up a great point. Definitely needs somebody running this. This has nothing to do with Romello height. I just don't like that it is in the middle of college football playoff, you know what I'm saying, going on. This transfer portal / free agency. Like I said, I think there needs to be something like end of the season, okay? Like, okay, if we start, okay, so like if we got the college football playoff, the season ends, let's say in January, right? Get them kids a 3 week window. Move back, move back National Signing Day, like not the early one. I'm talking about the regular period. Move that back to like late February, right? And then that allows the kids to be able to have that opportunity as well, to decide where they want to go. I think that's what needs to happen. And then right after the season is over, you give them a 3 week window, whatever that may be. I don't have my calendar on me right now, but that's what it should be going forward. And then let the kids that sign normally push signing day back a little bit, and I think it'll work out. And then at that point, you know, you had a spring and stuff, and then open up a transfer portal at the end of the spring that kids can go into if it didn't work out with the school. Nonetheless, let's get to the nitty gritty. Let's go ahead and talk about Romello height, man. Hate to see this. I know everybody's gonna say, well, man, what's the difference? He's played for 3 schools already. This is a good kid, though. You know what I'm saying? This is a good person. Auburn, USC didn't really work out, but he was a game changer. I thought defensively for Yellow Jackets, and what he was able to do, man. Hopefully they'll talk to him and they can convince him to return. Obviously he played locally here with Dublin, I believe it was, and had a great career there. The kid is good though. I hate to see it. Like I said, he came on as the season wore on for Romello height. Like he got better and better. And I even asked Coach Key, guys, to go back to my press conferences on my channel, and I was asking him about Romello height. Like, hey, what have you seen from him in the last 4 to 5 games? Like, he had the big strip sack fumble. Obviously against Miami that ended up winning them the game. He had another big play the week before that. Had a big play against NC State. Just coming up with big timely plays when the Yellow Jackets needed and came up big for the program. And in an area they struggled a lot in. Like, if we're being honest, like the needs in the transfer portal is going to be the defensive line, right? That's going to be a position for them. Linebacker, obviously. Receiver with 4 guys, obviously, no longer being there. 2 hitting the portal, Leo Blackburn and Eric Singleton Jr. But defensive line is a cause for concern. Now, they got a pretty good class coming in. We look at Darian Norris, right? You look at Andre Fuller, Carrington Coons. But they need guys that can play right now. And they was kind of hoping, or I won't say hoping, but hoping that he would come back. Romello height and be kind of that guy, because that's what he kind of established himself as, or what he was able to do with the stunts, him locking in with the defensive line coach, the coordinator. Like, he's talked at a very high level, and you could tell that he has a good football IQ as well when you look at Romello height. So, again, it's definitely unfortunate. I've enjoyed covering him over the last year. I thought he was good for Georgia Tech. These stats don't tell his true story. Just the seven tackles for loss, 2.5 sacks, and an interception. It doesn't tell the full story. He was creating pressures and creating negative plays. He was living in the backfield, and he was generating things and turnovers that allowed this offense to put games away. Like, he definitely came on towards the end of the season, and he was one of my favorite players to really cover and watch with his steady progression. So it is unfortunate, but it is the reality of college football. Wish Romello height nothing but the best. I know he's coming up on, I think he has maybe a year or two. I think he has a year, maybe 2 left in eligibility. But hopefully he lands in the right spot. I feel like Tech was definitely the right spot for him, especially, playing another year or so, getting more under his belt, getting better, learning what Coach Pope, and continue to add and refine to his game. Like he said, adding different moves. If one move don't work, doing other moves, just always trying to be a threat out of the backfield or, on the defensive line and creating pressures and making negative plays. I thought Tech was a great fit for him. And I think they could have definitely helped him and get into the direction of going definitely professionally. Like, he does have that kind of talent, but nonetheless, man, wish him the best. Great kid, and a big blow for Georgia Tech. In terms of who they're going to target next, again, I'm not sure yet. This is a big week for Tech. They already got a transfer today, officially committed, and obviously DeBron Gatlin, who's going to add that big play explosive ability. But expect for them to be aggressive. They got to get a guy that can play now. When you lose an edge rusher like this, you need guys that can plug and play. And Tech is going to need that. They're going to need probably about 2 to 3, maybe 3 to 4 guys just to plug in and enter into this spot. So we're going to see what happens. And see who they kind of aim for, but they need a game record. They need what this guy Romello height was giving them towards the end of the season, a game record that can come in, affect the game, create pressure, and create turnovers, man. So unfortunate news, But wish him well, man. Be interesting to see where he lands.